Texas, they had their scrimmage this past weekend. Try and go quick here. I'm going to get to Arch in a second. I'm going to get to him, so just sit tight. Defense won the day. Now, you're a Texas fan, you're like, JD, I want to hear about 16 throwing darts. I want to hear about Ryan Wingo going for 300 yards. I hear you. I'm not saying you're wrong, but this was also the same story that you had in 2021 out of that first scrimmage. Hey, defense looks awesome. Defense won the day. And then in 2021, what happened? The offense ended up being the group that led the charge for you. The defensive line is nasty. Colin Simmons had multiple, I put sacks in air quotes for those of y'all that are listening on podcasts, because obviously you're not sacking the quarterback. Play has been a whistle dead. Lance Jackson, 5-star edge for you, getting first-team reps. Like, the bottom line here is water is wet. Texas is going to be ridiculous up front yet again. Want to circle back on Colin Simmons really quick. Really great freshman year. I don't think anybody's questioning what he's going to be. He has a jersey number change to number 1 from number 11. You don't give dudes number 1 if they are not, especially as a true sophomore, if they're not about to wreak havoc. So, food for thought there. Colin Simmons is going to be a dude. Defensive line is going to be sick. Trey Moore, Sam linebacker, doing some good things for them as well. The defense is going to be awesome. Defensive line was a big reason why they were so dominant on this past scrimmage. Now, Arch Manning, unofficially, the numbers that I got was 12 for 16 on the day, so not terrible. No interceptions, which I think is huge. We'll circle back to in a second. A couple of deep passes to Parker Livingstone, who I think is someone you are going to be more familiar with on a national level here in 2025. You already know of Ryan Wingo. He had a good day, caught a touchdown from Arch in the red zone. If Arch can just, especially early on, keep away from that turnover bug and just progress and play within this offense, Texas is going to be real good, because that defense is good enough to hold it down for you for, the better part of the regular season. Now, you got to bring it against Ohio State, obviously, but no interceptions out of the first scrimmage was the most encouraging thing I could have heard when it comes to how Arch played in that first true 11 on 11. CJ Baxter practiced with a knee brace, but good to hear he's back out there. Said he looked like he was the most noticeable of the running backs, it sounds like, at least. Now, he's a guy that when he was healthy, he was a dog for you, a guy you were really excited about this time last year, potentially being a guy for you here in 2024. Good return so far out of this scrimmage from 2025 campaign early for CJ Baxter. One thing I want to note on him, a lot of stretch plays from Texas in this scrimmage, a lot of wide zone plays. The reason why that's important as it pertains to CJ Baxter, he's a guy coming off a knee injury. You're having to plant off that knee pretty definitively any direction you go when you run the wide zone, because you're seeing it all develop, and then you see a crease, bam, you got to hit it and go. To hear that out of CJ Baxter and to hear that he looked good doing that, that to me is, again, we're taking a little from a lot here, but that's a lot from a little here, but that's really exciting for me, hearing about him getting back healthy. I mentioned Ryan Wingo. He looked awesome, and he had a touchdown. If you're freaking out about the offense, I want to circle back and just say, do not do that. It's the first scrimmage. The first scrimmage is, a lot of times, you're trying to just create competitive situations, and you see how your guys respond, trying to see how your depth guys respond. The big thing with the offense in 2025 that is different than the scrimmage is you're not going to have Steve Sarkisian scripting up how your first scrimmage is going to go. When you roll out there against Ohio State, there will be a script to go off of. There will be a certain scheme and plan of attack to go off of. That wasn't this. So don't panic. The offense didn't kill it on that day. They had a good day, but the defense won the day, and I think that's right in line with what we know about Texas at this point in time.